What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. On the left side here, we have Labyrinth. On the right side, we have Orcust Bystial Horus. A new deck that's coming out. Now the fact that we have Harp Horror going to be, at 1, which is a pretty crazy, but a lot of these cards are played at 1 in the Orcust strategy. Having a synergy of, sending cards to graveyard, banishing them, and being able to do some stuff is going to be pretty nice. Let's see how they can fare up against one of the best decks of the format here. And the Labyrnth is also going to be going first, which is going to be most difficult for them. But before we dive in, over to like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel a lot. We're on the road to 5K here. We need your support. We're going to see them summon off an Ariana, activating the effect, searching for the Arias, I believe. Then we have the Lady effect that can send itself. Okay, so we're gonna summoning itself, and then we're going to activate the effect of Arias to activate the Big Welcome here. There's no interaction with the Big Welcome, so we're going to be able to chain the Lady. It looks like a Dogmatic punishment here. And then we're going to be able to bounce back that Lady. First, we're going to summon Lovely, bounce back the Lady, and then we're going to activate the effect of Lovely to pop a card in the hand. Which we are going to be hitting a copy of Happy, which is a pretty good hit. Definitely not needed. Then we're going to be activating the field spell and setting a card, as well as resetting off of the Lovely there, making sure that we get that Big Welcome Labyrinth once again, and passing turn on this. We're seeing them activate a King Sarcophagus, so that being an amazing hit for them, making sure that they just can summon it back out for free essentially, and then we have to get rid of this King Sark, so we're going to be chaining the Big Welcome, and that's going to be summoning out a copy of perhaps a Kuklok or a Store. Oh yeah, going for the Kuklok to bounce itself back. And then Lovely will be able to destroy the copy of the Orcust, whatever quick play it is. And we also now have the effect of the field spell to pop additional cards on the field, so we're getting that multiple pops. Then we're going to summon out with the Lady here, so getting additional, trap once we activate the next trap if our opponent doesn't have anything in response. They are down now to 3 cards, which is quite problematic for them, especially when we have 2 more traps to deal with. And we also have a Kuklok, which can also let us activate that trap that we will be seeing. We're going to be banishing the Crescendo to be able to search for a copy of Girsu here. It does look like they're not very comfortable with, they're like, do I even play through this? They are going to be, summoning out the Girsu. And then we're going to chain the Kuklok here, which can then let us activate the Ice Dragon Prisons whenever we need to. And it looks like they're just going to scoop it up there, realizing it's going to be too late. And that's just going to be that right there here. Yeah, once able to take the Happy is a level 6, I believe. So they would be able to go into another copy of, or no, Happy's level 8. Yeah, I don't know how well it's going to work. I don't know if the IDP there is really the problem. They had a lot that they could be able to set and be able to set up. As well as like Ariana be able to draw as well. It's really nice. There's too much, to be honest. Especially with also Dogmatic Punishment, I believe that was set. It's just like they have full gas and our opponent is down to like 3 cards. And yeah, they got to search off like the Crescendo being in the graveyard, but it's still not going to be enough. And Girsu definitely cannot do anything there, especially against like Ice Dragon's Prison. Like at that point, any machine you hit in the grave is going to be ripped apart. You're not going to have any, if you go for a Link, that's going to be just gone. You're not going to get into your dings. You're not going to get really into anything, as well as like your Bystial lines, essentially with the dragons as well. But we will be seeing Labyrinth being forced to go second here. Maybe we'll have the Orcust deck perform a little bit better. I think they joined to Happy once again here. We are going to be seeing a copy of Imseti going to be activated here, dumping a Harp Horror, searching for that Gold Sark, and then also getting that additional draw. One of the best spots to Ash here. We are going to be seeing the Gold Sark, or King Sark, going to be activated. I always say Gold Sark. And then we're going to be able to summon back out the Imseti off of that. Then we can summon out the copy of the Crimson Resonator, just a free special summon once per turn, going into a Baron here. And then we also get the effect that we can search for the copy of Crimson. And they're just going to scoop it up there, and they're also going to reveal the Ash. Having too much, I think they can go for like this plus another Omni Negate, and then also having like Crescendo being able to set, which I guess is kind of that Omni Negate and having a ding. So Labyrinth's hand not looking too hot here. I'm not too sure what it was. Also having that additional Ash, maybe not wanting to waste any of the times. Maybe waste any time, but like they won game 1, lost game 2. If game 2 is not really winnable, and they're going to be forced to go into a grind game, chances are that the grind game is going to be in Orcust's favor, being able to like have an infinity amount of the Orcust cards, as well with like King Stark on the field. Getting back those free special summons, the game's not going to last that long. Especially if we start like discarding cards for free, and then getting to stump them. Like that's 3 or 4 bodies if they're playing all 4 of them. That's going to be a free special summons, and then they do stuff when like cards are destroyed. It's honestly a lot. So already seeing them diving on to game 3 here, making the Labyrinth, choosing to go first, most likely, and having a long time to play out this game. Going to be able to forced to go through this, like, sort of, not even grind, but, like, they're going to be forced to play it out, essentially, with, like, 20 or so minutes on the clock. We're going to be seeing Lab choosing to go first. We're going to activate a Coup Clock. And then we get to activate maybe the Starvey here, discarding itself and a copy of Ash Blossom. That's an interesting send. Maybe saying that the hand is quite good. And we're going to set most likely a big welcome here, and then that's going to be able to trigger out the Coup Clock summoning himself. And then we can activate the effect of the big welcome to bounce, or to summon the Lovely and bounce back the Coup Clock. Lovely can also reset that big welcome if needed here. We're going to be seeing the Imperm on that, but we will be getting the Torvy summoning himself out. And then simply just going to pass turn on this. Imperm on Lovely is quite nice. We're going to see them activate the Lubellion here. There is 2 sets, but, making sure they can't pop their card on the field, as well as getting that reset of Big Welcome is quite nice. We do have the Coup Clock in the hand, but that's not going to be, really useful here. Unless we can maybe go for like an Ariana play, summon itself out, or we're going to see a copy of Magnemite being searched. Then we get to activate the Regained. We can activate Magnemite on the Regain, or on the Lubellion here, which can then trigger the Magnemite as well as the Regain, putting back the Lubellion if we want to, and then draw a conditional card, which is looks like they're going to be doing here. Interestingly, they wanted that +1 due to the fact that they chained it as Chainlink 1 and then Magnemite Chainlink 2, not really caring about that dragon they can add from their deck. They're going to see that Crimson summon out once again, being a free special summon. And they are thinking here. Is there a way maybe for us to get rid of it? We're going to activate Big Welcome here. Okay. So maybe trying to pop that with Lovely. You could summon out Lady. Lady can bounce itself back. Or we can summon Ariana and then bounce back the Torvy. Then Lady can, or Ariana can also search at that point. Search for the Lady there, maybe. Going for the Chandelier here. Or, I feel like you just go for Ariana. I think they did Chandelier, but I'm not too sure. And then we're going to get the effect of Lovely to destroy, most likely, the Crimson there. Trying to get rid of that Tuner. You definitely don't need to get rid of Regained. Regained is a good card, but like if you get rid of the Magnemite, then the Regain can always bring back the Magnemite, essentially even during this turn if you summon once again, which we most likely will be doing here. They're going to destroy the Crimson here. And then it's going to activate the effects to search for the copy of the one that like searches for himself or whatever. You know, it's a little package to thin the deck out. When it's sent to graveyard, I can search. And then we're going to normal summon it here, which is going to force out the Ice Dragon Prison. You know, valuing that card quite a lot here. You're also going to be able to chain the Lady. So we search for Lady there. Okay, that makes sense. And that's going to set... I didn't quite see which card that was, but we're going to then activate the Kuklok, which is going to let us activate that trap once again. And we see an Imp Steady going to activate to be able to search for the King Sark. Having a lot of those continuous powerful spells, and then also get that draw one. We can activate the King Sark here. And looks like we have another copy of King Sark in the hand, but we also have 2 of those level 8s on in the graveyard that can special summon themselves out. Double Big Welcome is also quite a problem. And we have Ash Blossom as well. So we're going to be summoning out the Imp Steady here, and then we think, do we have something that can get rid of this? Surely they said something that's, you know, dealable, right? We are going to be seeing a Daruma Cannon on this. Interestingly, we're not waiting for the Happy to be summoned. And then we're going to be... Okay, so we are going to be seeing... the Happy summon himself out. Putting himself in defense position there. And we get to search during end phase for a dragon. Maybe going for a copy of Jerusalem here. It looks like going for a copy of Jerusalem. So we have Jerusalem and Ash. Those are both pretty good targets. There we do get to top deck. And then we get to flip up some monsters. Chances of us... We do have Kuklok in the grave, but... I guess they're kind of thinking there. They're going to flip up Lovely. Then Lovely effect can target to set the Big Welcome here. Then we're going to flip up the Storvy Torvy, which is a level 2. Now we have a level 8 that can be a Chaos Angel if we need it to be, which can start banishing the cards on the field. You know, I wonder what that card in the hand is. We're going to activate the Chandelier to send itself, plus the Storvy Torvy on the field to be able to set a Welcome Labyrinth. And then we're going to activate the effect of the Jerusalem on the Kuklok, making sure that we don't get to do it. We're going to put it back in the deck and draw off Regained here, though. So not even caring about losing that Kuklok. They are playing 3 copies, just getting that additional resource in the hand. And we're going to see them activate a Big Welcome to bounce back the Happy. And then, of course, we're going to see Storvy Torvy and Chandelier summon himself and bounce back to the hand. And then we get to destroy off the Lovely, destroying that copy of Regained. I wonder if they're thinking about going for a Chaos Angel line. Like, I'm looking at... They're going to go Battle Phase, attack into the Jerusalem, attacking into the Imp Steady there, and just... Okay, now we're going to go for a copy of Dark Charmer? To then take the Magnamut, and I think they said Magnamut effect, which is very nice. And what could we have, going for another copy of... I mean, they could go for an SP, of course. That's also now a very viable card. An SP can get rid of the King Sark or the copy of Jerusalem. I feel like you're forced to get rid of you're kind of forced to get rid of the King Sark before you're worried about getting rid of the Jerusalem, because you have your big welcomes that can always bounce back and solve the problem of the... Yes, we're going to go for SP, banishing the King Sark there. And then during the end phase, we get to search for our own copy of the Druis Worm. And passing turn on this. So we're going to draw for turn, and we have now 5 cards in our hand once again, which one of them is a King Sark. Going SP for that King Sark does not seem to matter, which we're going to activate once again here. Are you forced to SP this? Or are you forced to use a Bystial here, maybe? Now, I know they have Ash in the hand, but that's fine. It's going to be able to hit the welcome or the big welcome here. Chances are going to be saving it for the big welcome. They're going to be chaining SP, getting rid of the Druis Worm as well as the copy of the SP there. Now making so that our opponent does not control any Bystials, or does not control any monsters, so we can't just Bystial freely. They are no longer quick effects. We're going to see Gold Sark and activate its effects here, discarding a copy of Orcust Nightmare, which can then dump another copy of Imsteady to the graveyard. Maybe hoping that it gets hit with a Bystial there. Then we're going to be searching with the Crimson card, searching for the Crimson Resonator. We still have Ash in the hand, keeping this hand size really big. We also have a Foolish Burial. We're going to be summoning out the Imsteady off the Gold Sark. And at this point, we're forced to welcome, no? We're going to Druis Worm target the copy of the Orcust Nightmare. Then we're going to activate the Welcome Labyrinth to summon, and we also get to chain different Dimension Ground on the copy of the lady here. We're going to activate the Ariana. It's going to get hit with Ash Blossom. But now we have Big Welcome, which can summon the Kuklok and bounce to the hand. So, valuing that different Dimension Ground over a copy of Lovely here, which I definitely think makes sense. So we're going to see Starry Tar. We're going to be able to summon himself out. And we're going to chain the Kuklok to that. And then, are we just going to flip up a copy of Different Dimension Ground right away, firing it off? Now we're going to be chaining the effect of of the Chandelier here, setting a copy of Welcome, and then we're going to be activating the effect of Different Dimension Ground, and of course adding back that copy of Kuklok once those Chandelier hits the graveyard. I mean, Different Dimension Ground is good, but the problem is, can it solve the issues here? I guess we can't really go for any kind of big lines for the fear of stuff getting, destroyed and stuff, but... There looks like they're going to go Battle Phase. And attack into the Druis Worm, making sure it does not get that send effect. And then we can normal summon, or we're going to special summon out the Crimson, which can then synchro off into a Barone. Barone is going to be quite a problem here, and we don't really care about losing our copy of Imsteady while we have another one in the graveyard here. Barone's going to be popping the Ariana, Interesting that we're keeping the lady. We do have a set card, so we can't target it, which is, kind of problematic. But and then, of course, SP is going to be bringing back the Jerusalem as well as the copy of itself. We realized that in the draw phase, which is not going to change anything here, but we're going to be seeing a set card. And Barone negates activation, so we're going to see them activate the Ku Clock, and then activate the Welcome that they did set this turn. Which is going to go through, I don't even know what you summon here. Probably Ariana. We have to chain the lady here, sending a dogmatic punishment, I believe. Could be an Ice Dragon Prison as well. We summon out the Ariana here. And then we get to activate the effect. Searching for a Arias. Interesting. We don't really have a way to summon it unless we're going to tribute summon over the SP maybe. It's going for a Chaos Angel? I can't see that. They're going to go Battle Phase, Crash. Okay. And then they're going to go Big Welcome here. Summoning out the Lovely and then bouncing back the copy of Ariana. Then we get the effect of Chandelier, Ku Clock, and the Welcome that was set the previous turn to, summon himself out and bounce. And then we get to destroy off the Lovely, destroying the King Sark. And if they have another one, they have another one. They're just a better player than us, which would be kind of wild. And then we have the Lovely effect that can reset a different dimensions grounds, making it super difficult for our opponent to be able to play through any of this stuff. And with this, we're going to activate the Arias to summon out the Chandelier. And then we get to add back the copy of the Ku Clock. But what do we do with this? We're going to go for a Link 2. Going for a Muckraker. Then we can discard to summon back out the lady here. Discarding the Ariana. And then passing turn on this, wanting to be able to keep the traps in rotation. And then we see a punishment being set as well. So we have Welcome, different dimension ground, as well as punishment to be able to play. And we also have a Big Welcome as well in the graveyard. We're going to activate different dimension grounds right away. And then we're going to be chaining the effective lady, setting the Ice Dragon's Prison here. And then which we also have the Ku Clock in the hand, which can activate. So we can have a copy of Ice Dragon's Prison whenever we need it. We've gotten rid of 2 King Sarks, so we're already in a great place. We're going to turn the Jerusalem into attack here. At this point, we're going to be seeing a Ice Dragon's Prison, going to be summoning out the Magnamut, banishing both of them in the battle phase. Then we're going to be, of course, summoning out the Starby Torby and then bouncing back. And we see the Orcust player emit defeat here with a Foolish Burial, Imperm, and then I think another Happy in the hand. But having double King Sark was quite nice. But unfortunately, the Labyrnth player was able to be able to outgrind them with those trap cards, which is quite nice. Regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see some more content like this. Don't forget to stay safe. Peace.